Bought some puts in the Nasdaq today around 12,700 with 2 hours left to expire today. It only cost me one point in the Nasdaq, or to $20. I anticipated a rollover to the lows. I believe that's what should have happened. As always, they prop this market up, prop it up, prop it up, prop it up. And so this very choppy action in the Nasdaq, I'm actually drawing the line a little choppy here, but very choppy. You're getting 100-point moves in 5 minutes. Very challenging to trade. I believe it should have rolled over. I believe it will roll over some more next week. I want to go over the trades on the day. Crude oil was a highlight. 12 winners in a row in SR Counter Trend 3. Crude oil A, winning streak in crude oil B. We had this yesterday in SR Counter Trend 2 crude oil. And so crude oil is a highlight. Very strong, stable. It's a more stable market. There's not as much volatility. There's not 2,000. There's not 2,000 point ranges in 5 minutes like the Nasdaq. Cobra Crude plus 145 on the short side for the conservative and aggressive versions today. So stable market. It's been a highlight so far this year. Natural gas going over the energies. No trades. RBOB. It continues to be consistent in RBOB as well. 2 winners in a row this week after we rolled over to April. Let's look at the stock indexes now. Adaptive moving average, lots of chop, minus 337.50. I mean, just look at this wild chop in this market. And that's extreme. Low in the S&P, this is a day session, was 38.1875. The high was 38.58.50. It's only actually only 40 points. So actually a narrow range, relatively speaking, but very choppy to go from high to low to high to the midpoint of that, and then back to the lows. So interesting price action, very, very challenging to trade. The counter trend strategies are having success. You see this in tick count trend 2, and the micro version hit the profit target up here. Sometimes the profit target is hit in one and the stop loss is hit on the other if there is a 1 or 2 or 3 tick difference on that swing high right there. So the micro did better on tick count trend in this setup, and you see 3 trades, 1 short, 2 longs, and all 3 were winners in the micros, 2 winners and 1 loser in the minis. The adaptive moving average did better on the minis than the micros. 60-minute breakout short, minus 625. Night trader, profitable after it got stopped out last night. Tested this 2800 level overnight, was supported, and then ran that 2800 level down to 2785 during the day. Tested it again on the close. Just a wider ranging chop, and so I anticipate lower prices next week. Dip buyers weren't that successful this week. They propped it up, but they didn't run it up. So here are the trades. NQ, E-mini Nasdaq, minus 825 SR Counter Trend 2, SR Counter Trend 2 V2 1M, plus 575, just a blip on the screen, that short trade. This is what I'm talking about. A $575 profit target is a very small, very fast trade in the Nasdaq. Most retail traders are probably better off trading micros at this point. SR Counter Trend 2 V2 M5 MNQ minus 725, tick pullback, minus 725. Try to get in on the longs, look like they might rally it. They've been able to take these down days and rally them into the close, but as you can see, it just arced over and did not follow through to the upside. Tick pulse minus 1250. Gap continuation 2019 NQ. Just stopped out. Looks like VSD kind of. We're going to go VSD in a minute. Had a horrible day. Stopped out. Minus 1300 on that. And Beta B, gap continuation, big stop loss. This one was up 1025. So it's interesting to see. This looks like such a small trade. When you buy it here, sell it there, but that's still 1,000 per contract. So nice trade. VSD did terrible, minus 59.35. Looks like gap continuation. This has a $1,600 stop loss, and it hit that 3 times. So that's challenging. Viper has been on a hot streak lately, plus 1,600. It has a profit target and a stop loss. Tick Fader, another counter trend strategy, plus 375. Doing well in this market environment. EVP1, It is up or down minus 470. Had two trades stopped out, minus 1,000. Minus 1,000 was down 2,000. Came in, hit this last one for 1,500. So you're talking about a 15-minute trade to get back $1,500. So it was down 2,000. Now it's down minus 470. So pretty extreme price action. The S&P rolled over more towards its lows than the Nasdaq did into the close. You see, it did make its way down to 1850, 12,850. I mean, and those are the beta B trades. Beta C, no gap continuation in reverse. Tick wave minus 825. The micros took an additional trade on this one and lost again on that. VSDES minus 38.6250. We already went over the energies. Energies are the energies and the SR counter trends are the strategies to focus on this year after having a rough year last year. Gold, Asia Gold 4 plus 975. Cobra Gold plus 575. Pretty good day in gold considering all the chop that we've had. Gold Flash plus 1350. Surprised to see this kind of range in gold, 60 points, and down here at 1729. Very surprising. Would have thought that gold would have been moving higher in this environment. Let's see, silver, no trades on the day. Euro, long trade minus 381.25. Exhaust in reverse, no trades. The VIX is above 25. And soybeans had a nice trade here on Grains Day Trader 3. Came all the way back to the break-even stop and then rallied again. So sometimes those break-even stop will keep you at break-even. I need to revise that. Really choppy soybeans market, choppy gold market, choppy stock indexes, consistent crude oil market. So crude oil is one of the markets that I'm most excited about. Yesterday, bonds. Here's some bond strategy. We're talking about the short-only bonds strategy. Look at bonds. They're popping now. It's kind of a mean reversion. Sometimes when you see a price action like this, where the market does this, it'll then blip back the other way. So this is kind of on either side of that, and then mean reverts to the middle. So we'll see what happens in bonds. It's been a strong sell-off towards the yield of 150, talking about inflation, but nothing goes in a straight line, so it could take a break from that sell-off, and some of these Cobra bond strategies got long today for profit. So let's see, the Cobra 3s did not trade today. The Night Trader VSD did not trade today. And those are the trades on the day. I also wanted to say about the bond market, some of the professional bond traders that focus strictly on bonds said it was the wildest day in bonds they had seen, that when we were not in a crisis, when the markets were not in crisis. So interesting perspective here on bonds, interesting insights. We've been talking about inflation, and that's why crude oil continues to be one of my favorite markets to trade. For whatever reason, crude oil continues to move higher. We don't always know the fundamentals. We can quote some that we hear, but wouldn't be surprised to see much higher crude oil prices going into the end of the year. And I like the smoothness. The ranges on these trends are not wild like gold and stock indexes right now.